welcome to a new podcast where we're breaking through and breaking it down with a new girl. Your host, Dawn Piercy. Welcome to a new podcast. My name is Dawn Piercy and I am your host. Tonight I am bringing you Zack Kurz, and he is an actor, an athlete, and a fitness model. You may have seen him on the cover of some of your favorite romance novels, and a lot of them New York Times bestsellers. And you may have also seen him in the 2015 film American Sharia, the 2017 film Division 19, as well as the 2018 short horror Revenge of the Mask. Zack, it's great to have you on a new podcast as a new guest. How are you tonight?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Now, I want to ask, I know you're from Detroit. What inspired you to get started into acting, modeling, and I assume you grew up in sports?
Oh yeah. I've been sports my whole life. But when it comes to acting, it kind of started with fitness. I did a lot of I was always in the gym, playing sports, and I loved to work out. And then eventually, I got in pretty good shape, and I was asked to do some fitness modeling stuff. And from there, it just kind of branched off. Like somebody was like, "Hey, you should try like model some clothes here and there." And then eventually I ended up meeting somebody while I was doing that was a casting director.
Okay.
They were casting for just some extra stuff, and I went and did some extra stuff, and then I ended up I just networking. I ended up running into more people in there, and then learning new things here and there. But they had me put on the Division 19. They shot that back in like 2015 or something. And when I got on there, I started networking, and I never really was into act. I mean, the thing that made me want to be an actor was, I think it was Titanic. When I saw that, and I remember my dad. We were watching a movie together, and I was little, and I couldn't figure out how, because he was telling me how they were actors, and I didn't know what an actor was. And I was watching the movie, and I was like, how do they know what's going on here? And I was thinking that the people in the movie like actually were the real people, and I was like, how did they get them before they died and all this? It was silly, but and then after I found out what an actor was, then I was like, man, that's pretty sweet, and from then on, it just kind of it made me want to chase after that. I never really knew how until I did was asked to do the fitness modeling and then met all those people. So.
I was going to ask you, did you ever go for theater when you were in school? You're probably all involved into sports.
Yeah, that's all I really did was sports. I didn't do theater or nothing like that. I was kind of shy, honestly. I had a problem with being up in front of a lot of people. And actually, I just was like, you know what? Eventually, I was like, you only live one time. And I started to like understand that more and more as I got older. And I was like, I'm just going to, I want to do something. I want my life to matter, basically. But not saying that other people's doesn't, but like, I just felt like I was, like a lot of people just go to work at a job they hate forever. And come home, and then they're living for the weekends. And I was like, man, I can't do it. I wanted something to like be remembered for, kind of have a purpose for my life. So I just started going after everything. I don't really think twice about doing things. If I just get an idea about something, then I just go for it. And if I fail, then I take a different approach and try it again.
That's a good thing.
But actually acting really helped me. Like now I have no problem getting up in front of tons of people. And I also have no problem going up to people and starting conversation. Like it kind of opened me up a lot.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool, actually. I don't know. It changed me. So.
Yeah. When you're forced into situations okay, whether voluntarily or involuntarily, where you move a lot or when you're on the go a lot, you have no other choice but to reach out and open up and
Hmm.
let that fear go. That's so true. It is.
Yeah,
Now,
definitely.
I've got to ask, when you started modeling, okay, and you started
Mhm.
seeing, say you're walking by a bookstore and you see your face on the cover of a book, how does that make you feel? And do people ever recognize you?
No, I actually I've gotten recognized for Revenge of the Mask, but
Mm-hmm.
not the book covers or anything. I got somewhere like between 20 and 30 book covers, I think. Um, but I've never actually seen one in the store.
Oh, okay.
They're out there, but I've never actually seen one.
That
But
would make me want to go out and look for one. I'd be like, hey, look, it's me in a book.
yeah, I'm always looking. I talk to the author sometimes. I was like, hey, where can I find this? Where can I find this? But I never, I've never seen one. So,
Okay.
but yeah.
Now, tell us about any of the projects you're currently working on, if you can share anything. I know sometimes you can't,
Yeah, yeah.
but what can you tell us?
Actually, well, we just wrapped up Revenge of the Mask 2, the second one. I guess since the first one was a big hit, and I think I can say this. I'm not sure if I can say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Um, they shut down for a while the first Revenge of the Mask because there were some issues between Dark Horse Comics and Warner Brothers Studios,
Okay.
and I guess Warner Brothers has the rights to the film part because they made like the Mask of Jim Carrey and all that, and they I
Mm-hmm.
guess had the rights for everything. So basically, they took our back, and now we're partnered with them, and we I guess we sparked a Dark Horse is talking about making a Netflix series of The Mask,
Nice.
and Warner Brothers is talking about a new feature uh, for The Mask. So
Okay.
that's pretty big news, and I'm hoping that they let the original actors be a part of it. That would be pretty awesome. And also, this one's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure June is PTSD Awareness Month
It
or suicide.
is. I was just talking about that with my co host on Big Dog's Corner, Mariano Big Dog. He's a veteran. And
Mm.
it is PTSD month, post traumatic stress.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure I said that right.
Yeah.
Post traumatic stress disorder. Yes.
Yeah. 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 We just finished a film called Silent War, and it was written by my director. Well, it's actually originally written by I think her name was Danita Barney.
Okay.
I hope I said that right. Um, and Lance Kawas, who's my director of Revenge of the Mask, and a bunch of other good films. It's the lady who wrote the film Silent War. She spoke of like the actual day that we were going to start filming. Her, I think it was her son's friend or son's cousin. Or I don't know. I can't. I don't know who it was, but he had PTSD. He was in the army for a long time, and he ended up killing himself. I don't know if I should say that, but he committed suicide, and it was he had PTSD, I guess, pretty severely, and a lot of people don't really understand that's something that really goes on.
Right.
It's not addressed very much, but it happens like I guess every there was a number. It was a crazy number. I can't. It was so many every day. It was like a lot of people that commit suicide due to PTSD. But this film was written by Danita Barney, and we put a lot of love into it. Like I think I'm really excited about this one. It's gonna be really good, and it's just spread awareness and
Amen.
show love to those people that suffer, and the people that passed away. So
Right.
that's that's the one I'm most ready to show
I
people.
think my dad had post-traumatic stress. I'm from an all-military family. And my dad had severe post-traumatic stress from the military. And when he got home from the Vietnam War, he was a commanding officer there for 2 tours. He threw all of his stuff away. All of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He got rid of it. And the only thing that was left after he passed was the paperwork that I found. So that's how I knew what he did. You know. So yeah. So I want to thank all of you out there. If you're an audience member, if you suffer from PTSD, if you're a veteran, even if you're not a veteran, post-traumatic stress disorder, it's a very hard thing, and there is help. You just got to learn, what triggers and to stay away from them. But if you're a veteran and you suffer from PTSD, I'm going to provide a link that you can talk to somebody after this interview or before you listen to this interview. So now, Zack, tell us a little bit about your past projects, American Sharia and Division 19.
Division 19, I think we shot that in 2015, something like that, and it was like a sci-fi thriller. What is it? Nev Campbell, I think, is the lead character in there. I was only there for, that was a quick one. I was only there for I think 1 day, but it's kind of like I haven't even seen it yet. It's been I guess it's still going around to the film festivals and stuff. So I honestly myself don't know too much about one of the my first films that I did. That's kind of funny. But moving on to American Sharia, that one was that one's about like Muslims and the way that they're treated in our country, like they're like the way that they're portrayed, like I don't want to say this the wrong way, but like when you see somebody who's Muslim or speaking different, or somebody, I guess it goes for any race or whatever, but any religion, the people look at them as terrorists, basically.
Well, I think what it is, they don't understand, and people are scared of what they don't know anything about, what they don't understand. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And the movie was kind of like an action comedy, but also sending a message to people to make them understand that not everybody is like that, and just because it's books, don't judge them. And Eric Roberts is in there, Lickety Split from 8 Mile. I don't know his real name, but and Omar Reagan is he's a comedian, he's a writer.
Okay.
He produced it and directed it, and he also is one of the main characters, and who was Muslim, by the way, or part Muslim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I watched a trailer on it.
Yeah.
Today, yeah, I did.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
I haven't even watched that either.
Well,
I just go from one to the next, boom, boom, boom. I don't even watch my own stuff.
For our audience, after the interview, check out the trailer. I've provided it here on Zack's bio page, as well as a list of all of his social media sites. So you're going to have to follow him, because a lot of the films he's in are good films. And yeah, that's definitely a good one. It's funny.
I'm probably going to check it out after this.
You should. You definitely should. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. If there is one thing that you could say to the world, Zack, what would it be?
Oh man, follow your dreams, man. Don't be afraid. Like so many people like they just worry too much about failure. Mm-hmm. You're gonna fail no matter what. Like Michael Jordan said in his career, he missed 9,000 shots, but he made the rest.
Yeah.
And it's like you're gonna fail. That's 9,000 failures. That's or like Starbucks. Starbucks failed 600 times or something like that. Um, what's his name? I can't. I'm having a brain fire right now. The comedian Kevin Hart. Jeez.
Okay.
Kevin Hart was. It took him 19 years to become. I think it was. I was something like 19 years to become a successful comedian. Like he failed. That's a long time to fail. You know.
You just never give up. Right.
Yeah. So just keep going and keep pushing, and whatever you want to do, just do it. And don't worry about your followers on social media. Don't worry about what people say or anything like that. A big following is, if you're great at something, if you're passionate about something, you're going to be successful. So just work at it. I mean, you can believe you're supposed to be there, but if you don't put in the work, it's not going to happen. So
right.
Do both.
Good intentions. Good intentions are just that, good intentions. But without action, there's nothing. So, yeah. Yep, absolutely. What can you share with us about Zack Kurz Fitness?
Well, I do a little bit of training on the side.
Okay.
For anybody looking for to shed a couple pounds or get steered in the right direction or a little bit of motivation. I know a lot of people I talk to a lot of people, including my friends and family, that just don't really have the motivation to get where they want to be, like fitness wise. And I get like that too. When I get home from work, some days it's like I don't want to go to the gym. And I went, I think it was yesterday I went, and because I didn't want to. And I know that those are the moments that, like, every time I go to the gym when I don't want to go, like when I'm super tired or something, I end up having the best workout I've ever had. And I come, and you just come, it's like you're on a diet and you eat healthy all day, and then you eat Taco Bell, and it's like you come home and you just feel terrible about you feel guilty, it's all that, it takes all that away. It takes all that away.
Yeah.
So I just go when I don't want to. And it makes me feel a lot better, that I did, because I forced myself to do something I didn't want to do, but it's also benefiting me.
Right.
So
that's a good thing. Where can our audience follow you and our listeners follow you to keep up with what you've got going on? And for our audience, like I told you, if you go to our platform, anewpodcast.com, click Zack's photo and it will take you to his bio page. I've provided all the links there for you.
Sure. You can find me on Facebook at Zack T. Kurz. That is my fitness page. Instagram at the same, Zack T. Kurz, and Twitter at Zack T. Kurz.
Okay. Now, is there a place that anybody can go if they are looking in your area for a fitness instructor?
I have a buddy who works out at Lifetime Fitness, and he's also a trainer.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't really train, they don't allow me to train people in other gyms.
Okay.
Have trainers and stuff. I've gotten kicked out multiple times. But his name is Damon Jones. He's a monster. The dude's he's a beast. And I also I'm not sure if you're familiar with First Form, but it's a pretty big fitness line.
Okay.
And me and him go to their events every year, and he was in the running to be one of their top athletes.
Okay.
And I was also, and we ended up becoming good fitness buddies, and now we're getting ready to work together on a couple new
mm-hmm.
fitness projects. But yeah, he's definitely somebody I'd recommend. He's at Lifetime Fitness in Commerce.
Okay.
Commerce Township, and yeah, if you can get in there, for sure, he'll hook you right up. He's a good trainer.
Okay. Now, I wanted to thank you, Zack, for being a guest here on A New Podcast, and for our audience, If you like this episode, be sure to like, comment, share so other people can enjoy it too, and subscribe to keep up with all the new guests. And if you feel fit to buy me a cup of coffee once a month for bringing you these episodes, you can do so at our Anchor.fm platform under a new podcast. This is Dawn Piercy and Zack Kurz signing off. Until next time, keep it real.